I still remember the exact moment my heart snapped in two. It wasn't in the delivery room or during the sleepless nights nursing my son. No, it was over mashed potatoes when my husband laughed and said, "Easy there, Carla. The chair might collapse under you." His whole family burst out laughing, and I just sat there burning, pretending to smile, pretending I didn't feel like dying inside. My name's Carla Monroe. I'm 31. I live in a small town outside of Houston, and a few months ago I became a mom for the first time. I thought giving birth would be the hardest part. Turns out surviving the aftermath with the person you thought would protect you is even harder. Childbirth was brutal but beautiful. I labored for 19 hours. My body tore. I screamed. I thought I might not make it. But when I heard my son cry, when they laid that warm, slippery little miracle on my chest, I sobbed like I'd never sobbed before. And for a second, I saw something in Marcus's eyes, something like pride. He whispered, "He's perfect." And I thought, we did it. We're stronger now. But I was wrong. Weeks went by. My body didn't snap back like the Instagram moms. My belly sagged. My thighs rubbed. My face was puffy and tired. And Marcus, he changed. It started small. One night I was changing into pajamas and he said, "Damn, Carla, you've really ballooned." I forced a laugh. "Well, I did. Just carry your child, remember?" But his smirk didn't fade. Then came the comments, little stabs dressed as jokes. "Careful with those cookies, don't want to break the bed." "You used to look like a model. Now more like a busted recliner." I told myself not to overreact. Maybe he was stressed. Maybe he missed the old me. I tried harder. I wore makeup again, curled my hair, wore a loose dress to his mom's house hoping he'd notice. Instead, he joked about me collapsing the furniture in front of his mom, his sister, everyone. And they laughed, like I was a circus act. I remember locking myself in the bathroom that night. I stared at my body, the stretch marks, the bruises, the sag. This body that had given life was now the punchline of every joke. And Marcus, he didn't care. At night, when I reached for a snack, he'd say, "Slow down, Carla, we're not feeding twins anymore." And if I stayed quiet, he'd nudge me, push more. "Come on, don't be so sensitive." But it wasn't just words. It was the way he looked at other women, moms at the grocery store with flat stomachs and tight leggings. He'd whisper, "That's what bounce back looks like." Like I was some failed prototype. One time I caught him staring at our old wedding photo, me in a fitted white dress glowing. He sighed and said, "You used to be so beautiful." And I stood there holding our baby silent, humiliated. His cruelty grew bolder. At a family barbecue while I was juggling the baby in a plate, he told his cousin loud enough for everyone to hear. She let herself go. Sometimes I wonder if she'll ever look like my wife again. I froze. My stomach clenched. The air around me turned cold, and still I smiled. I served food. I rocked my son. I swallowed it all. But inside I was crumbling. Until one night everything shifted. His mom and sister came over. Marcus wanted to host dinner, didn't ask me, just expected it. So I cooked, cleaned, held the baby while stirring a pot, wiped sweat from my forehead, and kept smiling. As the guests laughed in the living room, I heard him say, "Carla eats more than anyone here. I swear sometimes I think I married a fridge." Laughter exploded. Even his mother smirked. His sister nearly choked on her wine. I stood in the doorway holding a tray of drinks, shaking. And for the first time, I didn't look down. I looked up, straight at him, and my voice didn't tremble. "You all think that's funny," I said. Silence. You laugh at my body like it's some freak show. But do you know what this body did? I walked into the room, placed the tray down, and stared him in the eyes. This body grew. Your son. It broke itself apart to bring him here. It bled. It tore. It stayed up night after night while you slept like a king. And you dare mock it. His smile dropped. Everyone froze. And since you like jokes, Marcus, here's one for you. That baby you adore so much, the one you parade around at church and show off to your friends, he's not even yours. A gasp shot through the room. Marcus went pale. His mom grabbed her chest. His sister's jaw hit the floor. Marcus stood, stumbled forward. What did you just say? I leaned in. You heard me. His face broke. Tears welled in his eyes. He collapsed into a chair, hands over his face, shaking. And for the first time, I felt peace. For months, I'd carried pain no one could see. I'd cried behind closed doors. I'd questioned my worth, my beauty, my humanity. And now he got to feel that. That night he didn't sleep. He sat beside the crib, eyes red, whispering, God, please, don't let this be true. He stared at our son like he was seeing a stranger. He barely ate, didn't go to work. He paced the house like a ghost. One day I heard him ask himself, is he really mine? Did she lie to me all this time? I said nothing. Let him wonder. Let him ache. His friend Mike stopped by one evening, shocked by how broken Marcus looked. Man, what happened to you? Marcus whispered the truth. Mike shook his head. Get a DNA test. It's the only way to know. That flicker of hope in Marcus's eyes. It almost made me feel guilty. Almost. Because deep down, I knew the truth. I never cheated. That boy is his son. But I wanted him to suffer, just like I did. I wanted him to feel what it's like to live under a microscope of shame, to question your worth, to be made into a joke. And the worst part, his mother and sister didn't care about the truth either. They just hated that their perfect son and brother had been humiliated, that I had stolen the spotlight. They called me evil, a liar, a snake, but none of them ever said, I'm sorry for laughing at you. None of them ever said, you didn't deserve that. So no, I didn't clear the air. Not yet. Because sometimes silence is the loudest revenge. And now I have the power. Not because I lied, but because I made them. Listen. So tell me, was I wrong? Was it cruel to let him believe the worst after he made me live it? Or was it justice? Have you ever seen someone laugh at your pain, then watch them choke on their own? Tell me below. What would you have done? Because I'm still not sure if I went too far or not far enough.